What's up, everybody? I'm out here in Guadalupe National Park on the border of Texas and New Mexico. About a year ago, I stumbled onto a YouTube video. It was Mckittrick Canyon, which I've hiked the peak right over there, Guadalupe Peak, which is the tallest peak in Texas. And stumbling onto this video, I found that there was very little information and very few folks had actually done it. And given the weather window out here, because it's such a dynamic area, talking to the ranger earlier today, Friday it snowed, Saturday it had 100-mile-per-hour gusts, and today it's light breeze, 5 to 10, sunny, temperatures about 68 degrees. They're saying lows tonight around 42, but just so dynamic. So trying to book a weather window and get it in before the summer gets too hot is crazy. And so I set that goal, and I'm going to try to knock it out this weekend. It's going to be about 12 miles into camp. Talking to the ranger, I'm going to be the only one up there at the primitive campsites. When you arrive here, there's two different parts. There's Mckittrick Canyon, and then there's the main entrance where Guadalupe Peak and things like that come out of the actual trailhead. If you have your National Parks Pass and you register for a backcountry permit, $0 out of pocket, hang your pass, check in, log with the ranger, and then you drive on over here to Mckittrick Canyon. It's about 7 miles away into a different entrance. This parking lot here gets locked at 6 p.m., unlocked at 8 a.m. So right now we're on mountain time, so it's 1:30 p.m. We'll see how long it takes me to get back in there. I'm no rush. I got a light day pack. I packed because tonight it's going to be cold, so there's a little bit of comfort items, things like that, but nothing too crazy. It's just a little overnighter with a pack. I'm going to try to make it in 12, out 12, and we'll see what it holds. Looking up here at the canyon, it's great of blue skies. You can see behind me, nothing too crazy, but I'll join you from the trail because I'm going to try to film this and actually put a little more information out. Right here is about 5,000 feet elevation. At the campground, it should be about 7,200 feet. A lot of the gain is in the last part of the trail, and so coming out tomorrow will be all downhill. Now there's several spots along the way called the Grotto, and there's a crack cabin, and a lot of history back in here, but we will see what it holds. So I'll shut up now and hopefully give you some more clips and pictures and things like that as I go through this. So cheers, happy trails.
I'll make my way to the doctor one day when my eyes don't work like they should. Just read the letters from love.
So far, trailer conditions are pretty amazing. Temperature's warming up, or I'm just out of shape. One of the two, but the gravel and everything else has been delightful. There's a light breeze. Some of it's shady, the trees, vegetation. So far, pretty interesting canyon. At about 2 miles in, the canyon really opens up. Can you believe this is Texas? Oh, beautiful. So I decided that given the light in the canyon and how deep it was getting, that I would forego Pratt Cabin and the Grotto until tomorrow on my way out. I just want to get to the summit. It's been wonderful hike so far. The split comes about 3.5 miles in. I think I've only gained maybe 800 feet in elevation. It's been rather nice, so I'm gonna keep trucking up to the canyon. The ridge awaits, so I just figured I'd update you as to why you'll see these things tomorrow and not today. But what an amazing little trail so far.
I don't understand this life. It's like a puzzle that fits so good. I got a show tonight, and tomorrow I'll confess my sins. I'm just just a feather in the wind.
Forgive me for being out of breath. This is what they call the notch. It's a tiny opening at about 6,500 feet elevation. Still got another 1,200, 1,400 feet to go. But this last mile went from 4,000 feet to 6+ inside of a mile. Let me tell you, that grade was a little less than some of the other ones I've done, but not too long ago, me and a few good friends, we hiked Guadalupe Peak, which is known for its approach to the summit as one of the steepest inclines over such a short distance. But let me tell you, this one's right there with it. For anybody that's done Emery Peak and Big Bend and done the frontal approach, yeah, it's steep, but this is quick. So I still got another couple miles to go to camp, but I'm gonna take a minute. That was good, but this view is incredible.
Take me home to the mountain.
What a good hike.
Mother used to sing, but beware the mouth of the dragon.
Well, let's just say that the last 4 miles, gosh, they kicked my butt. Either I'm extremely out of shape or this trail is everything I thought it would be. Oh, and then a whole bunch more. I've done quite a few, but that elevation gain was ridiculous. Man, it whooped me. All I wanted to do was eat, get some electrolytes in, and, well, you'll see. The next picture shows you what I'm doing, because it ain't far from bed. I got a nice little spot tucked in away. Hopefully the trees provide a pretty good windbreak. I can hear it coming up the canyon, but right now it's pretty still where I'm at. Temperature is dropping pretty quick. I expected that, but like it's getting cold, so I'm gonna button it up early. Couple of points. Hiking with 2 trekking poles. The trail is pretty narrow, and there's a bunch of overgrown brush on both sides, so it grabs your poles nonstop. However, given the steepness and the elevation gain and everything else, you need your poles, so that's kind of a pain. After the 4 mile mark, there's no more signs up here, and just when you think it can't go up any higher, there's 3 more false summits, and yeah, current elevation 7746, and I'm feeling it. So just made myself some hot dinner, and yeah, tomorrow on the way down I'll stop in the other spots, but I will say the views up here are spectacular. You've got to earn them, but they are spectacular. Good morning. It's pretty cold. Sunrise ought to be pretty spectacular. This view is pretty awesome. Hopefully I'll get some good pictures of it. No wind last night, but it did stay pretty chilly, so the elevation gain, you can tell there's a difference. But anyways, we'll see you a little bit later on in the morning when the sun comes up.
See what I could find, and I hummed to the fiddle and the song he played. I sang, Lord, bury me in Texas. Well, Indiana woman, you're a sight to see. You're sweet as a peach falling off the tree.
So that ridge up there, the campground is around that and then a little more ways. However, you start way down at the base, coming up through that channel, all the way down through, And the elevation gain starts right down here, right at that split near that old trapper cabin. You can kind of see the trail there. That's the start of the gain, and from there you climb all the way up this face, around through this canyon, and back up and around through switchbacks, where you earn every ounce of elevation gain. You cross a ridge right there, you go up and around the knob, and it still keeps going. This has been some amazing views.
To a beat at the old Green Hall, singing Lord bury me in Texas, yeah.
Well, this is the grotto. It looks like it has a little bit of a picnic area, and down around that way is a hunter cabin. Looks just like a plain old cabin. Nothing really to write home about. However, as you come around, this, I guess, is what they're referring to as the grotto. Seems pretty neat. Definitely different. But this is about 4 miles in, right to the split, before you start the switchbacks back up. Well, made it back down. Wasn't too terrible of a run. Beautiful sunrise coming through the canyon. Pretty easy mileage, but looking back at my numbers, let me tell you, that elevation gain here was no joke. I underestimated the canyon, but it was pretty good in fact. I definitely enjoyed it. A couple of housekeeping notes, no big deal, but they want you to get a permit at the main visitor station before you come over here. Backcountry permits are pretty easy to get. I would definitely hike in long pants. The brush will beat up your legs like no other. There's no water at the top, so you got to make sure you carry all your water in, and I want to say I went through about 3.5 liters, so not bad. There's a big loop hike here and stuff like that, but you know, it's pretty easy the first 4 miles. I knocked those out in about an hour and 15 minutes, and then the other 3 hours 15 minutes I spent traveling 4 miles. Yeah, lots of elevation gain, but in the end I didn't really worry about it too terribly much. So yeah, if you have any questions, comment below. Let me know what you think. Hopefully this video will inspire you to get out and take a look at this canyon. Like I said, I set a goal a long time ago to beat this canyon, and so it whooped me a little bit, but I'm glad I did it. It was definitely beautiful. I'd love to come back and do it again, and perhaps add the loop to it. Maybe do a 3-day or 4-day trip. Yeah, subscribe, like the video, all those normal YouTube things. Thanks everyone. Cheers.